time I show up, I can flip my switch out. They act like they know us, but they ain't no dog, I'm big dog. Asking if it's still a flex, say they better go ask Booyah. Never think I'm gon' check, better pull up like whoa. Come to place and I'm the best, I ain't worried about none who y'all. 24, no rest, stand on business, I'm too tall. SOS, thought you was a threat, I do real life, do no tip attack. On the internet, where we do that, see I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that, where I'm cashing checks, I don't owe no debts, I've been through that, see you SOS. SOS, SOS, see you SOS, need a life vest, need no mic check, SOS. SOS, SOS, see you SOS, we don't talk checks, we get to it. All in for the jackpot, every time I want the last shot. Championship ring, when we started from a mascot. Went to Rollies from a G-Shot, brand new kettle, no teapot. You should know I don't play, go sicko mode like I'm T-Scott. Eagle vision from the treetop, went to image from a green dot. Never had no limit, but I had some Reeboks. Keep it humble but the fee's not, in the game no free spots. But I earn what's mine, nothing less, I'ma shine. SOS, thought you was a threat, I do real life, do no tip attack. On the internet, where we do that, see I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that, where I'm cashing checks, I don't owe no debts, I've been through that, see you SOS. SOS, SOS, see you SOS, need a life vest, need no mic check, SOS. SOS, SOS, see you SOS, we don't talk checks, we get to it.
Shake and move it. Slide and shake it. Do it, do it, do it. I'm just slide and shake it, move it, move it. Do it, do it, do it. I'm just slide and shake it, shake it. Do it, do it, do it. I'm just slide and shake it, move it, move it. Do it, do it, do it. I'm just slide and shake it, shake it. Shake him.
Good morning all. Yes sir, yes sir. Let's get it. Happy today is Thursday. Let's see who we got in here. YouTube chat. Emir, welcome, welcome brother. One person. We got Zoom. Everyone's here in Zoom. Nice, nice, nice. Good morning to you guys. Good morning. All right. Just set up a few things here. Get into the charts. Scott Wicks. Is that your actual name, or did you write that name because of trading? John Wick. I'm interested. Maybe it's your true calling, bro. If your name is actually Scott Wicks, it's your true calling. Right? Wick entry, man. All right. Calendar. Today is going to be Thursday. Pretty clean. We have a little bit of unemployment claims later, 4:30. That's 30 minutes after New York Bank Open. Otherwise, we are clean for the day. Nothing really we need to worry about in London here. Overall, the week here, charts are taking a cool off. We had some big news come out yesterday. I'll explain what happened, and yeah, we'll see what we can make out of that. Bro, you never replied for my question. Well, there's no question here. I can take a screenshot of the chat. So if we're looking at DAX first, we'll go from DAX, NASDAQ, then gold. Mess. That is not what I want to see. A little bit sketchy here. Daily time frame, obviously still closing bearish. This daily hasn't done too much. 4-hour time frames consolidating as well at this previous 4-hour support. So I just want to see direction. Once we get direction, I'm going to let London open and then make a more in-depth analysis, as we're just at the same spot as yesterday. So we're seeing price just accumulate here. It looks more bearish, obviously, every time we pop towards the upside. We reject. So it is obviously a little bit more bearish here, but the price action is a bit questionable here on DAX, how we're moving. So let's see what we end up forming. In terms of bias, we are, I believe, mixed bias. No, still bearish, but you know, we're consolidating a little bit here. So if we go down onto NASDAQ as well here, have a look at NASDAQ. We haven't done much from yesterday. This was yesterday's move. So we popped up here with that news. We had the news that came out, bam, popped out. I will explain the news once more people show up. Then we retraced the news here fully, plus more. Liquidity grabbed the lows and then popped back in the range here. Asian session actually fully ranged today. So we didn't see any trending during Asian session in terms of continuation in Asian session here. We actually mostly ranged for Asian session, and normally we see some form of continuation. But that has led the daily candle here to close doji. We're still respecting daily support. So this could start to become you know, this could become a zone basically where we could bounce from, definitely. But it's depending on how we price in what's going on. The reason we've seen a lack of direction this week is because there's a lack of direction fundamentally. So we'll see what ends up happening once we get a little bit more clarity. But nevertheless, doji candle on the daily showing indecision. We're seeing 4-hour time frame here close bearish here, making a resistance, not necessarily saying that price needs to continue down fully. We have a lot of rejections from the downside. So whenever you see price kind of form these type of rejections here, that's showing you that, hey, I'm trying to go down, but every time I go down, buyers get involved. So we're seeing sellers be absorbed here, right? So we're seeing that sellers are not winning in this battle. So that is giving us initially this upside push, plus this one. We don't have volume to continue out the range because we haven't even tested the resistance here. Instead, we've created a new range, and that is that range that we see on lower time frames. So there is the chance for us to go down, pick liquidity again, and try some upside until we get something closing, which will actually give us the break. Or there's the option for us to come and test into these highs here and then see what happens. Do we break or do we maintain? Those are kind of the two options that we're seeing at the moment here, and the two potential outcomes. So if we're going on to the lower time frame, bring back drawings here. We do have this as a 1 hour. We can put this as a 4 hour as well, just so we know it's both. If we check that, that's very clear. So above that, like I said, we can start to look for that upside. Now the downside, we have a lot more seller absorption. What do I mean by that? Well, every time we head down here, it's a lot of buyers coming into the market. So selling the lows today, I don't really like. The upside, we also started to fail. So I want to be careful about taking breakout buys. It's not necessarily going to be the best position for today. especially that we've seen a lot of fakeouts happen recently, and we haven't had volume 4 breakout buys. So although I can take them, if I start to see it fail, I'm just going to get out. Even if it plays out, I can't really rely on that. Now, as for the sells, same thing here, but I have more information on the sells. I don't want to be a seller at the lows. If anything, I want to try sell to the lows. But I want to see some form of manipulation before sells, such as candles coming up, closing bullish, wicking the high, and then fake out back in the range. Then I can look for sells. If we're going to dive down into like the 5-minute time frame, we can see the best sells always came after some sort of wicking at the highs, right? We always tried, failed, then better sells came. And they're not amazing sells, yeah? Like, I don't even think it actually pays you 1-to-1. But this is kind of the range that we're dealing with. Like, let's see. Yeah, just about 1-to-1. So it's not necessarily the best move, but it is kind of the way we have to play a range here. This is very, very low volume. Now, if we're moving on to gold here, gold, obviously, massive move yesterday. Gold was the strongest that moved out of yesterday's news. We could see the daily candle obviously closing very strong bullish. Now, after such a big move, sometimes price likes to chill and form a range. That's very normal, or it likes to retrace the move. We saw the stock market retrace the move, not on gold. Gold is holding high. Bit of Dixie weakness is helping gold to maintain its bullish posture. As Dixie remains weak here, money is flowing into gold a little bit, which is why it's remaining its bullish posture. If we look at Dixie a little bit here, this is one of the biggest candles we've had since, when was this? 30th of July. So almost a month, like 10 days less. We've got this massive candle after a massive consolidation. A lot of people were confused. Are we going to bounce from here? Are we going to come down? But we've resolved to the downside because of a bond buying program. They've doubled their bond buying program, which initially is going to ease on the dollar, weaken the dollar, and strengthen disinflation hopes because they're clearing on bonds. So not disinflate, but clear increase in interest rates, right? So it's going to clear that, which is why we're so positive. But still bearish here. Obviously 4 hours trying to form something here doesn't mean we're necessarily just going to fly back down. If we come back to gold, it's kind of going to look like the opposite, as that's why gold is remaining more buoyant than something like nasdaq or any other of the indices here. Gold closing on bearish candles on the 4 hour. Obviously daily is bullish. We're filling in this range. We can start to continue a little bit towards the upside to test higher, but if we start to create resistance here, we will actually make lower highs and come back and fully test into that bottom of the range here. So I'm going to keep an eye on what we do from around this zone here. Issue is where we are right now is pretty tough because we are closer towards the top of the range. But we haven't tapped the top of the range. So if we do get a pullback, can end up being that, you know, and we get a little bit of retracement, then it figures out what it wants to do. Today we have 3 options, and the problem is the middle option is, or the last option is a little bit of a scary one because it will mess us up if it happens. And that is that we just range in here. Because we haven't really seen too much good volume this week in terms of directional. Obviously the news moved us nicely, but apart from news, it's been pretty rangy. So the issue we have right now is that we are consolidating potentially sideways instead of going to trend up or trend down. So if that happens, we are going to be stuck, right? If we end up taking a position. Now, if I want to sell price, I want to see at least a 15-minute candle close bearish here, strong 15-minute candle bearish, breaks of structure, and I'm going to be cautious. I'm not going to hold this because I don't want to gamble and just see if we don't end up in a range. Because if we do end up in a range, guess where you want to be? Never you want to be in a range here, which is practically the middle. If we are going to be in the range, I want to be in from the bottom of the range, or I want to be in from the top of the range. If I'm in the middle of the range and my stop loss is here, you're either going to get stopped out or chopped up, right? You can get stopped out here, stopped out here. So I always want to be from the top or from the bottom of the range. So we are not protected against ranging if we tend to trade here. Now, obviously, like I said, this could pull back. give us structure to take buys back up, which would be okay as well. We'll just have to see how it forms. Now, we have plans. We have to stick to those plans. We can't make up things. And I want to be very true to what I just said. And those are kind of going to be how I'm going to tackle this today in the market here. So I want to see clear options, but I am going to be on the aggressive side of managing, because I don't want to hold price into a zone where I have to guess, especially here where we can go both directions here. If we're looking at 1 hour, definitely a good 1 hour close to tell us we have signs of continuation down. 30-minute, obviously good retracement, and every retracement so far we've been sold into. It would be a big difference if we actually tapped into the support down here, as I would be saying I'm looking for pullback for buys. But since we haven't, it's kind of giving me a potential idea to take sells. The only issue is yesterday, it's different though, but we were trending mostly bullish during the London session, even though we looked bearish. And that's what I'm noticing. A lot of the market is moving opposite of what it tends to do in London, to just end up consolidating or retracing for NY. Problem is, if we look for buys from where we are right here, it's not a good spot. It's kind of at the top of the range. So either way, we need a pullback would be ideal. So let's see how price action forms. We need to be patient for 15-minute candles here. I'm not going to be making decision on 5-minute candles today. There's not enough volume for that. So yeah, that's pretty much the analysis for today. Nasdaq, DAX, and gold. And yeah, took a win this morning. Yeah, I saw you posted in the group. That was clean trade. Very good to make money in this range. You know, to take a win in that range is very good. You know, the fact that you get paid in that range is insane. So yeah, let's see what happens. Anyways, that's the analysis. If you guys enjoyed the analysis, leave a W in the chat, leave a like on the stream. You know the method, you know the rules. Would appreciate it. Hate to say it, part of the game. Get the likes up to at least 50. Would appreciate it. Show me guys you are engaged, active, and ready for today's session. Yeah, this week ranging, mostly pumped by news. Exactly. You stopped currencies. Is there a reason to stop? Just asking advice if I should avoid. Yeah, less volume. There's been more volume in see Trump is very pro indices and pro like gold as well. So commodities indice market, he moves a lot. So I prefer to trade in a market that has more volume. I mean, look at the rally that we had on NASDAQ. This year I put a lot of focus on NASDAQ, and NASDAQ, oh, this might break out. And NASDAQ, if you look at the daily this year on NASDAQ, we've had a insane movement from March, right? Beginning of the year was slow, January, February, but from March onwards, it's just been rallying and it's been pretty fun to trade. Compared to something like gbpusd, which for the majority of the year has gone sideways, right? You can see that, right? We started here in May 2025 to August 2026. We are at the same price. There's been no progression compared to previous years where we've had progression from the lows, massive dumping, etc. So Forex is a little bit slower. That's why I stopped. Now, my pair I traded gbpjpy, and this has had days of range. This pair is possible to swing trade. So I've been swing trading this pair once this year. I took a swing trade. Otherwise, on session time frame, it sucks because you're getting, look how many days here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Look, you're getting, look how many days it goes sideways. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 days of nothing, and then finally 1 day of bullish price action, and then range, and then 30 days later you're in the same place, and then all the volume comes in 1 day, and if you're not there, you don't find an entry, you miss everything, and then you're stuck in range again. Horrible to trade. Even gold has been so much better than that. Since the beginning of the year, we've had massive trends moving obviously into our all-time highs, massive retracements, etc. So much more favorable to trade. I think I saw a costume movie on British TV a week ago about your family, Sharp. Yes, there is a TV series about our family. It is just called Sharp. It's about the history of our family. We have a really intense war history, if you look down the bloodline. So they made a TV series about it, a Napoleonic fighter and stuff like that. Yeah, it's literally just call my last name. So sticking to gold and Nasdaq is enough to make a living long term? Yeah, I would always say having two pairs is going to be better than one. But doesn't mean long term you can only stick to those. I used to stick to only GJ, right? If you look back in the day, I rarely was trading anything but GJ. Even gold I would take like once in a blue moon because GJ was just paying me so much money. Then I added a little bit of gold. Then I was trading mostly GJ when it was moving. And then eventually GJ became shit. So now I adapt my strategy, but I adapt my pair and I change it into DAX. Then DAX was moving very good, so I traded heavily DAX. And now if you look into this year, I'm trading a lot more Nasdaq. Look, Nas. So it's dependent on the market. You just need to have a group of pairs that you look at and you trade them. The good thing is the strategy carries over. If you know how to trade a strategy, obviously there are adaptations towards assets that move faster, but that's why you get coaching, right? Just so you can learn that stuff. You have to learn. You can't just magically come to your brain how to execute stuff, unfortunately. So even if this doesn't close above, this is actually good because this would be what we need to take a sell. Right, as soon as we leave this zone here, we have now the attempt again. And every time that we've attempted and failed, it's been 100% win rate to continue down to the bottom of the range. Look, we attempt, we fail, goes eventually down. We attempt, we fail, eventually goes down. Now, it doesn't ever go down fully to the bottom of the range without a retracement, but should be enough to pay you a 1-to-1. We measured this one obviously pays you a 1-to-1. So if it does fail in 4 minutes, then I think we can take a sell to the bottom of the range. Somewhere down to like here or something, we'll see. Do you also do BTC? Yeah, I'm an investor in BTC. I used to trade BTC back in the day, but I prefer just to invest in it now. I think there's more consistency in other pairs because again, BTC on lower time frame has days where it does this. You know, this is a 4-hour time frame. What are you going to do for 4, 8, 12, 6? Like this is 2 days of sideways. How about these? So it's better to trade BTC higher time frame, right? Like you can't make, it's really annoying to trade on like a 15. So it's better just to swing BTC. So instead of me swinging and needing to be active, I just invest in it. When it pulls back, I find good zones. It's very easy. The only pair that I swing and trade is Nasdaq, because Nasdaq I have investments and I day trade because it moves good. You can see it's a trending asset. Of course, we have days of sideways. Any market has that. And these days here are going to be shit to trade. Like this is shit, all shit. And we're going to have shitty price action probably soon, which we've been having. But that's how markets work. No matter what asset you have, it will have good days, bad days. It's just how it works. I hate when you doubt your strategy because your current market is stuck in a range while you're missing other market which your strategy could make you money. Yeah, that's the worst mindset you can have. I used to have that mindset. It just loses you money. Like if you're trading a market where your strategy demands patience, it's only patience, but you find another strategy that's making money in that current market condition, that's your number one recipe to lose everything you have in your account. Number one recipe. Because all you're going to do is keep strategy hopping until you make nothing. A system has an edge, right? And that edge is going to have times where it performs good and times where you need to preserve. Anyone who tells you otherwise is a liar. They are lying to you. Remember, most people in this industry are lying to you. They claim that their strategy is this, that, they make this, that. It's not true. Right? The truth is people who stick to one strategy for a long time and show you the rewards of that. Right? You can make a serious amount of money in this game, and I've seen people do ridiculous numbers. But you want to know the one common thing? They have a system and they stick to it. I've never, anyone who keeps, here's my new strategy, and it's different to what they were trading before, they're a scammer. Because it doesn't work like that. You can't, an edge is something that you stick to, right? Look, we're about to close above here. This is our first breakout close. So are we actually going to break out today? I don't know. If we're going to take this, we have to be very cautious about potential rejections. Right? Let's see if we even close above here. About 1 minute till we're trying to close above here. Same set I took just with a buy. I did go quick PE. Yeah, let's see if we close above though. Seems like it's struggling. Also, we have a lot of 5-minute levels above and stuff like that. 20 seconds here. So let's see if we can even breach above. I would love to see a strong close. A tiny close here is not going to make me trust it because we kind of have all these resistances here. So I want to see a very convincing close. Something that says, hey, yeah, we actually want to go here. 3 seconds. It's trying. Oh, that's below. I have it on futures as well. Futures is slightly above though. So if you trust the futures chart, but for me, that's a little bit sketchy. Let's see on my broker here. Broker is like 0.01 pip above. So yeah, I want to see a stronger 5-minute candle because we also have these 1-minute highs here. So price could easily come back and retest into these 1-minute high zone here. See this zone? And then fail. So I'd love to see a little bit of a stronger 5-minute candle maybe leave the range because I have space. If I take it on a 5 and I put stop loss like this, 23 points, that's 47. That's like 50 points to the high. So we have space. Other thing is no bottom wick as well. So at any time this can flip. Paying attention to those 1-minute zones has improved my trading more accuracy. Yeah, it does help just to keep an eye, but you know, you need to deserve to be able to pay attention. Because if you don't have the basis, not you, I'm speaking to you specifically, but if you take someone who's new, they're gonna look at the 1-minute zone and it's gonna just confuse them, put them off trades, never trust their own ideas, and they just never enter a trade or know what they're doing. Whereas if you develop yourself, you can add it and know when it's going to be important to you. So it's kind of like you have to earn to be able to use it. And then when you do, you use it correctly to help you, it helps a lot. In this scenario, you would need a 15-minute close or a 5-minute close is enough. Well, we have the 15 technically on futures above. 5-minute, I need a bottom wick. That's what I need. That's what's more important. Because 5-minute would be enough to give it a shot. But what we are going to need is a bottom wick. Because I don't have bottom wick broker, I don't have bottom wick futures, and I don't have bottom wick where we are right now. So that actually invalidates and ruins something from, not ruins, but breaks my plan. Because part of my plan is to have bottom wick. Why? Because at any time this can flip and go bearish, and then we will start to sell. This will be perfect liquidity grab. You'll get a candle that looks something like this. Well, obviously the opposite color, red, and then we can potentially look to sell down here. There you go, right? Now it flips. So now we do have a bottom wick at least. When do you sleep at night? Your consistency is great. What do you mean by consistency? Did the 10:30 candle not close above? Did you just show up right now? We did a full analysis on this, but it didn't close above. No, that's not. You need a 15 closing bullish, right? Not a 5-minute breakout. Now you have your 15. This closed by millimeters above. Look, millimeters. I mean, technically this would be the right way to draw. So it's technically above, but by millimeters. 5-minute is not enough. By consistency, I mean you always show up on time every day. Yeah, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, but this is the time I trade, so I'm gonna show up to the time I trade. If the charts are gonna make me money, I wanna be here. I don't wanna be here when they don't make me money, but unfortunately I can't choose. If I could choose, that would be a dream. Alright, so we failed. So 5 more minutes. We have to see. Look at this. Gold now trying to create the resistance. About to flip. 9 minutes till this. Beautiful top wick on this candle. I would love to see a 5-minute candle closing bearish here. We just need to worry about this level here. I wish. Yeah, now it's about to tap that level. Let's keep an eye on this. How long till this 5 minute? It's still 5 minutes. That's the only problem. Look, reaction from that level. Yeah, I wish we were a little bit lower on that 15. Like this 15 actually closed below the level. Then we could just take it. Only issue is if the 5 minute just blasts now. It's possible, but I can't do anything about it because look how we're reacting at that level. If I press sell right there, now I'm in drawdown, hoping that it gets past it. I mean, obviously I could try on a 1 minute time frame to find a sneaky entry. We will see, we will see. Hopefully it survives for about 4 minutes. Goes up, makes some 1 minute structure, comes back down. Can take the same trade. I need the confirmation. And also it could just reject this zone, which is why I have it marked, and then it will invalidate the trade. Yeah, then we have to hope that the 30-minute close is bearish. When taking 5 minute entries, do you wait for the last 5 minutes of a 15 candle, or do you just any 5 minute that breaks out? No, it's a little bit more complex than that. There is specific ways to take your 5 minute entries. It needs to be done specifically. It can't just be random 5 or last minute. There is scenarios. Otherwise, you'll just lose money on 5 minute time frame. But the way that I use 5 minute time frame, it's actually, I think for me, based on my data, 5 minute I think is more accurate. Let's see, in London we actually have this data, but I don't use 5 minute as much in London. Yeah, I have a higher win rate on 5 minute in, yeah, makes sense. So we see that zone I marked there, it's just being respected at the moment. Now we've come down to 1 minute 36 seconds before the 5-minute candle is closed, and we're still rejecting the level. That is exactly why I did not blindly just sell the 15-minute, because now I'd be stuck in drawdown with a 5-minute rejection. These market conditions recently have been a little bit messy, so you need to be super clinical, otherwise you're just going to lose everything, you know. We'll see in the last 1 minute. NAS as well rejecting my same zone. So these boxes are holding, NAS rejecting. We could even potentially have NAS sells for the open here in the next 5 minutes. 1 hour time frame could close below. 30-minute could flip, or it could try the breakout and we actually get the 1 hour time frame closing above. But I do think we might see this candle close bearish right now, unless the last 40-second does some madness. Gold as well, still rejecting. We're not getting the 5-minute showing us. So gold is not ready yet. So for me, unless 26 seconds changes something, we'll be waiting for the 1 hour close in 5 minutes. It's gonna give us more information. And this 1 hour close is not a selling candle, I can tell you that much. Does not look that nice for selling. Not bad close though. That's now giving us a little bit of more of a bearish candle close, but still respecting that zone. So this is where I would have to maybe use 1 minute closing below the zone, and now we need to make the zone super accurate, which would be like that. We can actually just put a line now, no need a box. There we go. You can see how it's still reacting from there. Oi, there you go. Yeah, I can't take anything till we close below that. When I'm seeing this, the way we snap back, even if this flies down, I can't, the information I have right now, it's not supporting. Look, we keep failing to close below. And when I see sellers be absorbed that fast, until I get a 15 closing below now in 3 minutes, I'm not going to trust the position. So if this candle ends down here, too bad, especially in these conditions where recently, if you guys have been trading this week, you will notice London session, NY session, very slow and boring, and you need that extra confirmation because of that, exactly that we are snapping back like this. Would stop loss go above the horror? It would go above the 15-minute candle. Stop loss would go above the 15-minute candle, so it will look something like that. Because this is a 15-minute trade. I think there's a daily support where gold is currently at. Mine is a little bit lower. Here. It's a small one though. Two minutes, rejecting that zone still. So until something closes below, I have a hard time seeing this successfully go down in an easy matter. If we come back to NASDAQ as well, we're still struggling at the highs here. Very important these next 2 minutes for NASDAQ, because we need to see if price wants to break out. 15-minute needs to close strong. 5-minute needs to close strong here. This is not a good sign, right? Especially if in the next 2 minutes this closes back in the range. That's not going to help you break out. I mean, with NAS we can take sells here, but the problem is the NAS 1 hour. If it closes like this, it's still technically above, so it's gonna make it a little bit hard to sell. There's your rejection, right? So let's see where it closes in the last 1 minute. If this is going down, gold should actually be going up right now. Yeah, look, gold even rejecting that zone. So one line was able to change my outcome today, and that's how important having good markup is, understanding what conditions we are in the market. Otherwise, I would be here very close to stop loss. And unfortunately, sometimes it takes a few shots to understand what type of market we're in. But now we can make calls like this, right? And that's the expense of learning. And now you can be accurate in your trading. Otherwise, you do two things. You're selling 15-minute low, and then you get in trouble. You sell this 5-minute candle low, and now you're in trouble here, and you wonder, damn, what happened? You don't understand range analysis. You know, and it's not necessarily going to happen every time, because you could take this trade in a different market scenario where we're a lot more trending, a lot more volume, and you don't have to worry about that level, but not what we've been seeing recently. And that's why it's important to listen to what happens and stuff like that. Nas, yeah, Nas still showing me weak candles here, man. Still weak candles. Still weak candles. 1 hour will close above, but then you need 1 hour stop loss. You know, still very weak candles I'm seeing. 30-minute super weak, 15-minute doji. I don't like that for a buy. That is not showing me, hey Harry, take a buy. Right? Especially this has been our highs of the day. And Nas has been liking to fake out at highs, fake out at lows. It has 100% success rate. Fake out at highs, fake out at lows. Look, fake out at low, fake out at low, fake out at low. Fake out high, fake out high, fake out high. 100% success rate. So why is this time different? It's London Open. Yeah, but London Open every single day has been manipulating. Makes it even worse. We have had no proof of volume today as well. Asian even ranged. So where's our volume to say we're going to get a big breakout? So the only way that we can take a breakout today is actually to see price leave above this box here with conviction. Otherwise, sells is going to be a better shot. So we see here on gold, right? Look at how 30-minute is closed. Doji candle on 30-minute, no top wick at the moment. 15-minute candle closed bullish. Didn't break above the resistance though, but this could be nice in the next 15-minute to get a break below the structure. That's nice because then we'll have a break of structure. Same 5-minute level has to be broken. So I prefer this to come up, make a top wick, maybe retest into the highs here. Then we close bearish in the next 15 minutes. That would be a good setup, I would feel. Futures has a top wick. Yeah, then we don't necessarily need a top wick. I'll check my broker. Let me see. Might have a top wick. Gold. No, even on my broker we don't. This could be a deep bottom wick though. Check GC, not MGC though. MGC doesn't count. You guys smash the like button. Yeah, I appreciate it. If you're enjoying the stream, leave a like. Appreciate you guys showing up. Spending the morning with me. Let's go. Or evening, night, whatever. yeah, look at this. We've just dumped down here. We do have more range, but this is not obviously going to be a nice entry candle for us. It's just a bit of a random candle that's come here. We've seen that a lot this week. You just have to be right about the direction, and honestly, it's been 50-50. So I'm not going to take a 50-50 gamble. So let's just stay patient here, right? This week has been a lot like this, and we don't want to get chopped up. It's going down without us? No, it's going down without you, because you have FOMO and you want to be in every single move in the market. So you can take a sell, you can do what you want. It's not left without me because there was no entry for me. If there was an entry and I missed it, then it's left without me, because that was something I can capitalize on. Everything else in the market is random. Otherwise, you should have the mindset that you missed this move, you missed this move, you missed this move. You missed this, you missed this, you missed this buy, you missed this sell, you missed this time it went up, you missed this time it went up, you missed this, you missed everything. And you don't have that mindset. It's just because you're watching right now. Right? And that's the honest truth. Would DAX have a setup? What setup do you see? DAX just open push. London open volume really does not count as leaving without us if it's not a reason to get in. I agree with that, man. I agree with that. What setup do you see on DAX? Let me know, so we can analyze with you. You know, obviously it would be nice if it was to give a close here, but we can't gamble. Otherwise, we're gambling on direction here. Same thing with NASDAQ. We talked about the sells today, but look at it retracing now, right? Look at this retracement. So yeah, we got nice rejections. But again, this could flip now and continue, and this could be a bottom wick on the 1 hour time frame. Totally possible, and we could go back to buying once something closes back above, or it can fail one more time. We get a close below on the 5, bam, we take sells. Gold obviously closing deep here. We still have chances to enter. Now the entry just becomes different. We can take a pullback entry back down. We have range. If it just wants to keep dumping, all right, let it do it. Another way we can enter is structure here, something pull back here, and then enter below there, bam. That's nice as well. Yeah, DAX open dumped. Open trade. Open trades are very difficult to take. Too much spread. Yeah, unless you get a big top wick, you can't take these trades on open. You have to be in before the open and gamble on direction. Not gamble, but be correct about direction. But DAX on right now with this type of volume that we've had on DAX, it's really tough, you know? It's really tough to take. If this happened after the open or 30 minutes before, that would be nice because we don't have to worry about open messing us up. We have changes of structure, etc. All of that stuff. Full SL on NAS, looking good if it closes above. Yeah, if we get back above, we just, for it to prove to us that we continue up, we need something above. Be very careful here selling the lows, guys. There's been 100% failure rate on DAX selling the lows. You are safer taking a buy, but be careful of the buys because sometimes it does a nasty liquidity grab like this. Here are a lot of liquidity grabs. So you can still get stopped out on the buys. So be careful. See what gold is doing. Gold would be great if it makes some structure. This 5 minute should flip bullish. And then bam. We can look for continuation down. We have a lot of range to fill here, especially with this 15-minute candle closing bearish. Will be our first strong bearish 15-minute candle below the zone, plus 5-minute structure. We can take a shot. We can go a little bit aggressive on the stop loss and expect continuation down. Nasdaq is trying to make itself towards the upside. If it does break out, we do have an option there, as now we have enough liquidity and we have the 1 hour closing above. So if we start to get back above here, that would be the first time that price has done that. And if it fakes out again, then we're just stuck today, right? That sometimes can happen, right? We just get stuck. Got 30 bucks this morning on Dow. Nice. 30 bucks a day keeps the bills at bay. $30 a day keeps the 9 to 5 away. How much is $30 a day in a month? I don't think that would be. Depends on what country you live in. 800 a month. Yeah, it's okay in some countries, but you're not living a full lifestyle, right? That's just enough to get by. Third world countries, definitely enough. But it's good side money, you know, like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's good enough side money. Like if you're making 800 bucks extra a month just for risking $30, it's pretty good actually. It's pretty good. Miss you when you went live every day. Yeah, that was a vibe, every day live on YouTube. Well, I'm still live every day, but yeah, obviously not on YouTube. So I haven't missed it because I do it still, but the SMIC in Morocco is 450 euros. What's SMIC? Minimum salary? Yeah, minimum salary here is $280. The cleaners in my gym get paid $280 a month for a 5-star gym. It's pretty sad. I always help them when I can. Slip them some money, give them some tips. But yeah. Gardeners, construction workers, they get paid about $280 a month, but they get accommodation, transport, and food, so they don't have any living expenses. When did you start trading? Just over 6 years ago. Something. Make a video how to set up trading journal on Google Sheets and what journal to use. Don't worry, I have something better coming. Just wonder, Harry, do you think those famous rich traders are really making the money from trading because the way they show it's a big amount? I'm not a famous rich trader. Come on, bro. I thought I was a guru, man. I don't get labeled as famous rich trader. Oh, man. So supercar is not enough these days? What do I need to buy? So supercar, villa, live trading. I have something more expensive than a Lambo. Not enough? Ah, I know what I have to do. I have to show on my phone that I'm making $700,000 per day. That is my mistake, right? I need to flex the MetaTrader $700,000. Now I understand. Per trade, exactly. Bro, I'm practicing on demo account for the last 4 years. I can't find confidence to start in real account. Yeah, man, then maybe learn a strategy that can bring you confidence. Did you have a mentor when you first jumped into the game, or were you self-taught? No, I had a mentor, bro. Self-teaching is pretty difficult. But I did figure out a lot by myself. You know, so there was a big portion, but I wasted so much time. I wish I could find the right mentor. Like, I went through a lot of smart money mentors to teach me smart money concepts. I blew so much money, but they just didn't help me. They didn't really know what they were talking about. So 15-minute candle closing here. We might get the 5-minute candle closing below as well. Let's see how we can form here. We can maybe run stop above the 5. Take a little bit of a position here. If we're going to get some good volume on this next 15. So let's see. Need a top wick here. Alright, so we're getting a good top wick. We can have a break-even zone somewhere here. If we're going to get volume today, I think breaking the lows here is going to make sense for an option. We'll give it a shot. See how it goes. If we can get some 15-minute continuation. Yeah, I'd say break even around this spot here. That's a great top wick. The 1 hour no top wick doesn't concern you? No, because we have it on futures as well. And if it's gonna go now, it should make it there. Previous 1 hour level below? Yeah, that's an old level though. We've crossed through it twice. You can't mark every level, otherwise you're too worried about every level. I'm more worried just about the 5 because recently we've been reacting off 5-minute levels. So this is my next 5-minute level. The same way we reacted off this one here. We have a good top wick now. Massive top wick. So at least we should get continuation to this 5. And then I can go break even potentially. Oops. It's actually closer on my broker. Yeah, then don't take the position if you're not confident with it. Yeah, it's definitely good not to take it. You know, if that level is too much for you and you believe that it's not going to be a good idea, then don't take it. For me, like, this is a great top wick. I think at least we can test this 5-minute here. And if we don't, then there's just no volume to continue down. But this is the only shot I have, you know, especially after this type of top wick. I feel like, okay, if we reject this 5, I can get out break even, and I guess that'll be it. But this is also the 15-minute closing, so we haven't broke the lows yet. And now we have a big liquidity grab to upside. As long as this 5 doesn't close bullish, strong bullish, it's okay. It's also closed below the previous daily. If this does close weak bullish, I think it's still valid, but I will need to see a top wick on the next candle. Oh, it's getting close now. Here it's looking a lot different than how it looks on my broker. Broke here, but I'm definitely not in. Otherwise, I would see my P&L change. Well, the line changes. When you get triggered, the line changes. It's the last 1 minute of this 5. All right. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, my only concern is this 5-minute level here. So we have a new 5-minute candle closing bearish. So it's okay for it to make a top wick. Might need to make some 1-minute structure as well. Come retest here. That is fine as well. But just that 5-minute level is the only cause of concern. We didn't tap it just yet. We are very close to. I hope we don't front run it. We sort of tapped it here. Let me check on 1 minute. Oh, I think we did. Oh, we did tap some. I might have missed that. So hopefully this no bottom wick can come back. I can be break even, but look, it has tapped that zone in a different way. And now we're getting the reaction that I wanted to not be part of. But it doesn't mean it's over yet. Because technically, you know, we can still come up and retest. But once it re-breaks the low, I kind of want to be more aggressive in these positions, just based on what we've been seeing in market conditions here. So let's see if we can re-break this low, then I can start to manage. And I just have to be more aggressive. I actually want to watch the 1 minute here on broker. See if we can hold below this level here. Like that level. How long till this 1 minute candle close? Still 48 seconds. So I have to wait a little bit. We're still respecting that level. There we go. That's the exact push I wanted to see. So I can move this to above this high here. Now I'm risking How much above that high? $100, it's fine. Oh man. So we rejected the level again. So yeah, got out basically break even. I swear if this just retests it one more time and then gets below, it's unfortunate. You know, one mistake I did make is not wait for this 1 minute candle to close. I normally do wait for the 1 minute candle to close, and now it did close below. Might be the mistake in this trade here, but nevertheless, we gave it a try. Let's see, because now I would have been break even here, because we do have the 1 minute close below. So now I'd move break even, and let's see what would have happened anyways. But yeah, normally I just wait for that close, but I have to be aggressive. Yeah, it would have taken me out anyways. Are you trading full contract or micro gold? I'm trading on CFDs, so I traded 6 lots on that position. Yeah. So hard with these. I think it might just continue here. I think maybe just a management stop loss. Is 6 lots 6 micro contracts? No, 6 mini contracts. Or close half here. I think that would have been a better idea actually. Close half once the 1 minute close come back. But actually, yeah, I think it's just these conditions recently. Like I had to be a little bit safer. Let's see how this, where's 1-to-1? There's your 1-to-1. So I'm still holding. I trust Harry. Nice. Good luck. Just be careful. I won't lose this position. If I was actually managing it slightly differently, I would actually move my stop loss to above here now. Yesterday we didn't go B, or the day before, and we had FU candle. That's why I'm saying it's so hard. That's why I'm just saying, like, you can't, you know what I mean? You get one 5 minute kind of flip from this zone and send you up here, you know? That's why I'm saying it's just these conditions. Like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Safest option is just to drag to entry. I would say the only thing is maybe just wait for that 1 minute, then go break even, break over low. Yeah, you can't. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. NQ gave a thunderstorm here. But you need a lot of room here. Maybe you can run 20-point stops here. You know, I'm selling lows here. That's the problem. But this definitely does have a chance to hit TP. Yeah. Right now, no point of losing this. You're trading funded account or a live account? No, I'm trading a live account. Vantage live account. This account, my live account. There we go. So TP actually hit on that position. I think it was a great position here. This week we've seen a lot of fake out selling lows and stuff like that. So it could be a little bit sketchy to hold this, which is why I managed the way I did. But I think what I should have done is been a little bit more, I don't know. This is a situation where you just have to be happy with your situation, because this week, honestly, every single one of these positions has, if it hasn't gone immediately, bam, straight candle opposite direction. So you can't say anything, you know, it's like, you know, it's what I call damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I'm very happy with the patience waiting for what I wanted to see. I literally called this position 15-minute close, the top wick, break of structure on 5 as in terms of my strategy, perfect setup. Perfect setup in terms of my strategy. Yeah, great trade actually. It moved very nicely for once. 35 pips. Also 11:10. That's the time that it's not been working. 11:10. It's been working 11:30. Not 1-to-1 on futures yet. It will be 1-to-1 anyways. Plus you're at enough now to close. That was sick though. That was nice. You know, this is what I mean. Remember, people were saying up here that, hey, we missed the position. It's not my position, right? Would have been, it's always nicer to get in early, but if you wait for something you have probability in, it's a lot more comfortable, and I'm not gambling. Nothing here was a gamble. Obviously, there's a probability to lose, but nothing was a gamble. You marked it as buy, not a sell? No, you're just a dumbass. I'm sorry, bro. You're actually just a dumbass. If I marked it, if you think I'm marking it as a buy, then you're actually, sorry, I'm sorry, like, if this is offensive, but you're actually a dumbass. Like, I don't know what else to say, you know? On the sheet, let's not talk about that. No one saw, no one saw. I thought he meant the position. I'm the dumbass. I'm the dumbass. I take it back. I'm the dumbass. No one saw. No one saw. It says sell. I thought he was talking about the position. I actually thought he was talking about the position. But he's right. He's right. Next time, clarify on the sheet. Thanks, Harry, for the trade. Closing profits. Nice. Thanks to you. Quick question. How much for the Discord? Just apply, man. There's a package for whatever you're looking for. If you're looking to work on with me directly, that's a different cost compared to just joining the community. If you just want to be a part of the community, then you can do that as well. It's the same prices as what we offer. So you can just have a look at that. All you do is you apply, and then everything will be done for you. I'll have a look at your application. I'm still keeping it 10 spots per month just because I want it to be a little bit contained. So, but the group depends on the applications, right? We're getting a good we're still getting good applications. Still 55 USD for the exclusive. I mean, if you're gonna pay 55, then you're not going to get the new features that we've added. So that was the price when we only streamed one session a day and there was nothing else. Now we actually have double session streaming, London and New York, NYSE. We have Power Hour Asian sessions, new psychology webinars, psychology content, trader scaling program. We have our prop firm trading module, NYSE trading module. I mean, it's a money printer at the moment. It's a money printer. We're actually now offering a forever membership in the group as well. So if you just want to always be part of the group, you want to get exclusive access to get your journal reviewed for me, it's a one-time payment as well, so you don't have to pay monthly. But it depends on your application. We like reject people for one-on-ones, we reject people to the group. You know what I mean? This is the candle I was scared about happening here, if I'm being honest. Indeed, it's the best decision in my past 5 years. Yeah. Bro is pulling a price from 3 years ago. 3 years ago, the group is different from now, my friend. I'm willing to send a kidney for that forever one. Yeah, it's a very good package, that one. But I mean, just join on a monthly subscription if you're on a tighter budget. Having education versus not is gonna make a difference in your trading. Like, it really is. There's no other way. What is the cost to have journal reviews? It's a package, so you get full-time in the group, so you are forever part of a member of the group. You don't have to pay reoccurring, plus you get a journal review as well. So it's not only just the journal. I don't only do journal reviews. And it's different from one-to-ones, of course, because it's just a quick, hey, let me have a look. Your course is similar to Raja's one? No, I don't trade like Raja. Raja trades different from me. He trades a lot different from me. Like, massive difference. He trades price action, but there's big differences in our trading. He uses clean candles, he uses candle closures, but that's like saying, hey, I go to the gym, I use the bench press and dumbbells. It's the same thing. But there's big differences in what we do. But every price action trader will have core fundamentals the same. Look at that, right? Massive retracement. Massive retracement. All right. I'm going to head off. That was the trade of today. At least some movement, better than nothing, actually. Looking a little bit better. That was nice, actually, to see that. We've been ranging for the last few days, so that's pretty cool to see. So yeah, nice little sells, and appreciate you all. Much love. Thank you guys for showing up on YouTube. Catch you guys soon, and I'll see you guys in NY session in the group. All right, see you YouTube. Peace.